Okay, so today we're going to take a deep dive into something um, pretty disturbing,
Yeah,
actually.
definitely dark. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a first-hand account that was originally shared on Reddit by an ex-prisoner,
Right.
and then this was made into a YouTube video.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're zeroing in on just one incident from the video,
Hmm.
but it really shines a light on, the realities for people behind bars.
For sure. And the kind of stuff most people don't ever see.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
the video is called "Ex-Prisoners: What's the Worst Thing You Saw in Jail?"
Mm.
And it's basically a bunch of former inmates responding to a prompt on Reddit.
Right. An Ask Reddit thread, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And uh, this particular story, man, it just raises a ton of questions about how we're treating people in prison, particularly those who might need extra support.
Yeah. I mean, this one story kind of sums up a lot of the systemic issues we see.
Okay, so right off the bat, the narrator of this story talks about this warning they got on their first day inside.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever even joke about suicide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they compared it to like saying bomb on a plane. Dead serious, like instant consequences.
That's intense.
Yeah, and I get it. They're trying to maintain order and keep everyone safe.
Sure.
But it also makes you think, like, what if someone's really struggling?
Right. Are they going to feel comfortable speaking up after a warning like that?
Exactly.
Mm.
It kind of suggests the focus is on control more than anything else.
Yeah, I see that.
So anyway, then the narrator talks about this other inmate, a kid, they call him.
Okay.
And this guy apparently acted like he was mentally underdeveloped.
Mm.
Like a 12-year-old trapped in an adult's body.
Hmm.
Always talking, always moving, couldn't sit still. And of course, this really got on the other inmates' nerves.
I bet, yeah, that kind of stuff can grate on you in a confined space.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
The narrator even tells him straight up, like, hey, man, you got to lay low.
Wow.
But it's like you're already in this incredibly tense environment with all these strict rules. And then you've got this guy who just doesn't seem to understand the social cues.
Right. It's like he's set up to fail almost.
It's almost like he's set up to fail. And then comes this really disturbing incident in the shower.
What happened?
So the kid decides to pull a prank.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure I want to describe this, but let's just say it involved feces on the shower floor.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the worst part is he's like singing and laughing while the trustees are cleaning it up.
Oh no.
I know, it's awful. And of course, everyone's furious. They miss their showers because of this. They're freezing, and they start to really turn on the kid.
Yeah, I can imagine that'd make you pretty unpopular.
Oh, yeah, majorly. And it's like, on one hand, you've got this immature prank, but on the other hand, it's like, is this a cry for help? Maybe he just doesn't know how to deal with the stress and he's acting out.
It could be. It's hard to say, but either way, the reaction from the other inmates just isolates him even more.
Absolutely. And then things get even darker.
Okay.
So later on, the kid tells the COs that he's feeling suicidal.
Oh, wow.
And their response is to bring out the blue burrito.
Oh.
The blue burrito, that's what they called it. It's this huge 10-foot foam mat. And they use it to basically immobilize someone.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was the protocol. Apparently, there was no talk of counseling, no medical ward, nothing.
Wow. So their solution to a mental health crisis is just to restrain the person.
That's what it seems like. And, I get it. They need to prevent self-harm.
Sure.
But this doesn't seem like the right way to do it. And it's so sad because they wrap this kid up in this mat from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., and the narrator could hear him sobbing all night.
That's heartbreaking.
It really is. And the really messed up part is after that, the kid never spoke again.
He just shut down completely.
Totally. He never spoke. He
Yeah.
never made eye contact. It was like the blue burrito broke him.
That's so disturbing. It really highlights the potential for harm within the system, Like, their intention might be to keep people safe, but the methods they're using can be incredibly damaging.
Absolutely. And the thing that really gets to me is this was presented as just routine. Like this is how they handle these situations. And it makes you wonder how many other people have been through this.
Yeah. What are the long-term effects of treating people this way?
Exactly. And I think that's the big takeaway here for our listeners.
Yeah.
This one incident, this one story, it raises so many questions about how we're handling mental health in prisons and what the human cost of that approach really is.
It definitely makes you think about our responsibility to the people in these institutions, even if they've committed crimes, they still deserve to be treated humanely.
Absolutely. And I think that's something we all need to consider. Like, what kind of society do we want to be? Do we want to be one that focuses on punishment and isolation? Or do we want to be one that prioritizes rehabilitation and support, even for those who've made mistakes?
Big questions, right?
Yeah, definitely something for everyone to think about.
For sure.
All right. Well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.